The Archer of Light. Intro. The sun was still young when the river carried a secret. A child, wrapped in silk, glowing like fire, drifted downstream. The water touched his skin and shimmered gold. The armor he wore was not made by hands, it was born from light. The child's name was Karna. But the world would not know that yet. He was found by a poor charioteer and his wife. They had no wealth, no land, but they had kindness. And that was enough. They raised him as their own. He learned to work, to sweat, to bow before kings. But in his heart, something burned, the memory of light, the whisper of greatness. The outcast of light. Karna grew into a young man of quiet strength. He trained alone, with a broken bow and a dream that refused to die. He would watch the princes, the sons of kings, train in the royal yard. They laughed at him. They called him low-born, driver's son, unworthy of weapons. But Karna only smiled. He never answered with words, only with arrows. Each arrow flew faster than the last, cutting through air like sunlight through a storm. And one day, he shot an arrow so true that even the gods stopped to watch. The crowd fell silent. The princes were furious. The world had seen something it could not ignore. A king's voice called out, "Who is your father, boy?" Karna looked down. "A charioteer," he said softly. The crowd laughed. The king turned away. The doors of destiny closed again. But light does not beg to shine, it burns anyway. The friendship. When the world rejected him, one man did not. Duryodhana, the prince of the rival house, saw Karna's power in his pride. He took his hand and said, "You deserve a crown. If no one will give you one, I will." And he made Karna a king. For the first time, someone had looked at him and seen worth, not birth. Karna swore loyalty that day, not to power, not to greed, but to friendship. He said, "A man's true kingdom is his word." The choice. Years passed. The war of destiny began, brother against brother, blood against blood. Karna stood beside Duryodhana, the man who gave him honor, even though he knew deep down that the side he fought for was doomed. He could have walked away. He could have joined his true brothers, the princes of light, for he had learned the truth. He was born of the sun god, abandoned by his mother in fear. But he did not change sides. He said quietly, "I will not betray the man who called me brother when the world called me nothing." Honor over fate. Loyalty over victory. That was Karna's truth. The curse. But destiny had been waiting for him. Long ago, Karna had lifted a beggar's cart with his bare hands, not knowing the beggar was a god in disguise. In his pride, he refused to bow. The god had smiled sadly and whispered, "Someday, when you need your strength most, it will leave you." Now that day had come. Karna's chariot will sank into the earth. His bow broke. The battlefield fell silent. Across from him stood Arjuna, his own brother, though neither had called the other that word aloud. Arjuna raised his bow. Karna lifted his eyes to the sun. "Not yet," he whispered. "Let me free my wheel." But fate had no mercy. The arrow flew. The sky went gold. The sun dimmed, as if bowing. Karna fell. The fall. He did not curse. He did not plead. He only smiled. "The sun sets for all men," he whispered. "But I have seen it closer than most." The wind rose gently, carrying the dust of battle. The earth held his body. And the light that was born with him returned to the sky. The gods looked down and said, "Even in defeat, he is radiant." The legacy. When the war ended, the victors found his body. They did not know his name. They only saw the golden armor, still shining. When they touched it, it turned to light and vanished. And somewhere, far above, the sun god smiled through tears. Because his son had proven that even the light of heaven can walk among the dust and still remain pure. The lesson. Karna's story is not about victory. It is about dignity. He was born for glory. But died for honor. He was denied by the world. But remembered by the sun. And perhaps that is the highest victory of all, to live truthfully, and to fall with grace. Outro. The sun remembers. The war has ended. The songs are quiet. The world has moved on. But every sunrise still carries his name. The light that touches the earth first each morning is said to be Karna's light, the golden reminder that honor burns longer than victory. Some heroes win by conquering others. Karna won by conquering himself. He had every reason to hate, but he chose to forgive. He had every reason to hide, but he chose to stand in the sun. So when you see the dawn, and the first light breaks through the clouds, remember him, the archer of light. Because even when he fell, the sun did not set. It rose again. In his name. The Archer of Light, an American Freestyle English original story.